Hello, this is Amin, and you are watching session 27 of ASP.NET Core tutorial. In this session, we are going to talk about installing and using Bootstrap in your project. Generally, we can install packages and libraries in our ASP.NET Core project with Nuget Packages Manager, which is a proper option for server side and somehow client-side packages and libraries. Another option that we can use is Library Manager, which is in abbreviation is LibMan or NPM and Bower. In this project, we use a Library Manager or LibMan for install client-side library. Let's flip to Visual Studio and continue to install Bootstrap in our project. This is the project that we have been working so far throughout this tutorial. For adding Bootstrap to my project, I can use LibMan. For using Library Manager or for client-side libraries, I can right-click on my project and use Add, and from here use a client-side library. Here we have several type of providers, CDN.js or file system, JS deliver or unpack. Now I am using CDN.js, and here I search for Bootstrap. You can see I have several type of Bootstrap. For example, Bootstrap for RTL, if you use right to left content website or the rest, or even I can search for Twitter Bootstrap, which is another version of Bootstrap. But now I'm installing a standard Bootstrap, and as I click on Bootstrap, the latest stable version will appear here. If I delete this part and add at the end of the library name, I can see the available version of Bootstrap that I can set up for my project. Now I use the latest version that is 5.1.0 at the moment of recording this video. And here I have two options: include all library files or choose specific files. Here you can see I have CSS file, JS file, and SCSS files. As I don't need a CSS file, I exclude this part and add just CSS and JavaScript file. But before installing this framework to my project, I can select the area that I can set up my library. Here is target location. And as we discussed earlier, the default path of all the static files is www root, and by default it's installing www root, and it add one subfolder lib for libraries, and the name of libraries is Bootstrap. Let me click on install and add Bootstrap framework to my project. As long as I add Bootstrap to my project, here I have a libman.json file. I will discuss later about it. And here in lib, I have Bootstrap, my CSS file, and also the JavaScript of Bootstrap framework. If you are not familiar with Bootstrap, you can read documentation of Bootstrap in its website. Here is getbootstrap.com website is the place that you can read the documentation of the Bootstrap and how you can use the classes of Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a collection of the classes that can use for better styling to your website. As our tutorial is not about Bootstrap, I just show you how you can add Bootstrap to your project, and we'll show you add some classes to your project. Now Bootstrap is added to my project. Let's see LibMan.json file and which part it has. As you can see, I have the library Bootstrap version and the destination and the files that I asked to install. I can change the version of Bootstrap or the destination of Bootstrap in LibMan file if you don't want to go to this part to managing your Bootstrap. You can edit this file. For example, if I remove this part and add again, you can see I will have the other version of Bootstrap here, or I can downgrade my Bootstrap, or I can upgrade my Bootstrap to latest version later. Also, I can add another library, same as jQueries or other library that may I need in my project. Let's add jQuery to my projects, as some classes of Bootstrap needs jQuery as well. For adding jQuery, this time I use libman.json file. Let me copy this part and add it here. As I don't need this part of the script here, I delete it, and also I add this part. Here I'm looking for jQuery instead of Bootstrap, and you can see as long as I type some characters of a jQuery, I have list of the available libraries. Here I select jQuery, and automatically the latest version is coming for installation. And as I mentioned, I can install the earlier version, but here I installed the latest version, and also I name it jQuery. As long as I save this file, you can see the jQuery library is added to my project with the LibMan. And also you can add the libraries from libman.json file, or you can use these graphical tools to add your libraries to your project. Now I installed and add Bootstrap and jQuery to my project. For using jQuery and Bootstrap to your project, I add these CSS and JS files to my layout file, which is running before all the views. And here I add my Bootstrap CSS file, and also jQuery file, and also some classes of Bootstrap needs its JS file, and also Bootstrap JS file. Here, by drag and dropping the required CSS and JavaScript file to my layout file, I have access to Bootstrap and jQuery in all the views, because as we described earlier, the main layout is running before all the views that I have in my project. Here I use first class of Bootstrap, and I use class, and here I use container, and my render body will be in the container. As I mentioned, if you are not familiar with the classes of Bootstrap, you can review getbootstrap.com documentation. And also I add the required classes to my views. For saving time, I copy and paste the code that I want to add to my views. This is the changes that I want to replace to index, home view, and also in cost list, and also inside the cost list or underline partial view, I implemented some classes. And also I add some changes to detail. And also I disable this section to prevent the message that I see in all the cost detail. You can have access to the changes and the classes inside our website, and inside the description of this video you can have the link of our website to have access these classes and review the classes in detail for yourself. Let's save all the views and run the project once. As you can see inside the home index, I have better style in the page, and also I will go to the cost list. You can see I have a more beautiful table, and also here I have 3 buttons for view, edit, and delete. They are not working at the moment, and I will add the functionality of these keys. Until now, we understand how to install client-side libraries and how we can downgrade or upgrade our libraries. If I want to clean the libraries, I just can right-click on libman.json file and select clean client-side libraries. As long as I click on that option, you can see lib subfolders is deleted, and I don't have the library file that I installed. And also I can restore the library files that I have in libman.json file with right click again in libman.json file and restore client-side libraries. And as long as I click on that option, I have again my libraries file. Also, let's discuss more in LibMan file and library manager file. Here, if I downgrade this jQuery to 3.5.0 and I save my project, you can see the previous jQuery folder is deleted and new one with new version is installed. Also, I can upgrade the library again from this part, or I can click on this lamp sign and select the option which is related to check for update and update the library to the latest version by clicking on that one, and also later on click on the save, and after that the library again upgrade to the latest version. Also, you can uninstall the library that you have installed by clicking on this lamp sign and select uninstall and the name of the library. By selecting that option, the library is uninstalled completely, or you can delete this script from the libman.json file and save the project. As long as you save it, you can see the library uninstalled completely and you don't have the files, and also you can add the script again and save the project to install the library again. Now we realize that we can manage the client-side library with libman.json file, or even with these tools to add and upgrade and uninstall the library that I need in my project. Library manager is client-side library manager, and we can control the library with the libman.json manifest file, and also it has a different provider that I explained earlier. These are the things that I wanted to describe in this session. Thank you for watching us. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, which their link are available in description of this video and also in our website. Text version of all these sessions are available in our website. You can visit our website and review the codes there. Once more, thank you for watching our tutorial.